talking about in this lesson is that everything starts with small steps. It's easy to see people that are successful around you and in the world and kind of wonder, how did they get from where they are now, what we see success, from where they were? You see a guy that founded Facebook, like Mark Zuckerberg, and he's worth like a gazillion and a half dollars, and you think, wow, if I could just be like him, if I could create a website that everybody in the world wants to use, or be successful like him, then I'd have it made. The thing about Mark or anybody like him that's successful is the fact that they didn't get there overnight. They had to take steps along the way to get where they are today. Mark had to create many different versions of Facebook before he got to the one that we know and use today. And he talked to a lot of different people along the way, and they had lots of different versions of it before it is what it is today. So Mark had to take small steps to get to where he is today. And that's true of anybody that's successful. I heard somewhere that Brad Pitt had to dress up like a chicken to advertise for a restaurant before he made it big. He had to take steps to get to where he is today. And that's, anybody that's successful had to do that. Their success didn't just happen to them. So with that in mind, we're going to talk about some ways to kind of help make those steps better. So the first thing we're going to look at here is the fact that you should be making those steps as small as you can. I'm going to use the idea of a school project to illustrate this point. So say like your teacher gives you a big history project and you have maybe like a month to get it finished. A great way to do that is to break this big task, a big project, into smaller, more manageable parts. Break your assignment into little chunks and do a small part of that every day. And you find that if you do a small part every day, you get your assignment done on time and usually even early. There's a concept that I really love, and it's simply the power of 10 minutes. The power of 10 minutes will absolutely revolutionize your life. A lot of times it's easy to want to wait until you have maybe a 2-hour period of time to do like this history project or to do something that you want to do. But the concept of these 10 minutes will really change the way you live your life and the way you tackle projects. And the concept of the 10 minutes is just simply dividing big tasks into smaller, more manageable pieces. For example, if you take 10 minutes 6 days a week, within a period of a week, that adds up to an hour of time that you could spend doing something. So you can get tremendous amounts of things done by simply using small sections of time that you have every day to chip away at a big project. And by the end of a couple weeks, you'll find that you've accomplished a ton of stuff by just purposefully using those small periods of time. And it kind of keeps you from getting overwhelmed, which is awesome. So just when you take steps, make those steps as small as you can. The second thing we want to talk about is the fact that the steps in the middle are the hardest steps. Now, tons of people just take one step towards a goal or a dream, and then they quit. They get discouraged and give up. So you have to begin to find ways to encourage yourself. Maybe make small goals along the way to your dream and reward yourself when you hit those goals. And sometimes even the first step that you take might be a fail. And so it's hard to make yourself want to take that second step. But you've got to keep picking yourself up and keep going. And life is a journey, so sometimes you have to work hard at keeping yourself encouraged in the middle parts. There's a verse in the Bible that I really like, and it's found in Galatians 6, chapter 9. It says, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." It's difficult sometimes, and usually harder, to make yourself take the second step or the third step or those steps in the middle. But I encourage you to not let yourself get discouraged and not let yourself give up on those dreams that are in your heart. God's placed a dream in your heart, but it's up to you to accomplish that dream. God's not going to do it for you, so you can start doing your dream by taking small steps every day to get closer to that goal or that dream that you have in your heart. For example, say like you want to be a musician. Well, you can begin taking steps today to get there. You can practice an instrument every day for those 10 minutes. You can begin going out, taking music lessons, reading up on famous musicians and things to learn about how to become a good musician. And if you take small steps each and every day towards your goals and dreams, and then not let yourself get discouraged in those middle steps, those hard steps when it's not as exciting, you'll be amazed. You'll look back in a year or 2 years or something like that, and you'll be amazed at how far you've come. So I encourage you to not be afraid to start taking small steps today towards your goals and dreams, and not to get discouraged in doing good like this verse says. For you will reap if you do not give up. If you just keep continuing on towards your dreams, you're going to get there. I know you can do it. God bless.